awards in Brazil. As we were walking away from the airport, both Bob Marley and Jacob Miller was telling me that they would like for me to get more involved and do something. And I said I didn't think that I could do anything in the music because I was just a photojournalist. Nonetheless, Jacob Miller was a good friend of mine. He asked that we meet the following Sunday, which was March 23rd, 1980. It was the official opening of the Zinc Fence Theater. And on that Sunday afternoon, we planned to meet. And when I went to the scene, Jacob Miller wasn't there. So I left a message for him to see me on my way back from my assignment. But when I went to Zinc Fence, I was told that he went to get sugar cane and would be back. I left another message to say, I'm going back to the Glen office, and then I will be back to meet him. And that Sunday, my editor came over to me and asked me to rush to Halfway Tree. And when I went there, because he said, Jacob Miller is dead. And I said, no, he can't be, he's waiting on me. So I went to Halfway Tree only to face the reality. And the only two entertainers who were there was Marcia Griffiths and E.T. Errol Thompson, those of you who remember Errol Thompson. So after that accident, I was considering what could I really do? And I didn't think of anything. But while I was in Chicago, I was working with another newspaper in Chicago, The Defender. Peter Tosh and Jimmy Cliff, they were at the Park West. And at that time, Peter Tosh, well, Copeland Forbes, some of you know Copeland Forbes in the audience there. Copeland Forbes told me that Jimmy Cliff said, not Jimmy Cliff, but Peter Tosh wanted me to introduce him, which I didn't want to do. Nonetheless, I did it. And then we talked about the movement that we're working on, knowing that reggae was the voice of the people, was the voice of struggle. We talked and we said, we're doing this awards, Reggae Awards, in combination with the Chicago Music Awards. And Jacob Miller said, Peter Tosh said, well, I'm on board. But the objective at that time was for an end to apartheid, freedom of Nelson Mandela, and freedom and democracy in the world. So it was on that premise that the International Reggae and World Music Awards started in 1982. We didn't know that it was going to be, that we would be here 37 years later, still promoting the International Reggae and World Music Awards. Now, today, reggae music is enjoying well, first let me say, in our awards this year, for the first time, we had more than 750,000 people who casted ballot in the International Reggae and Music Awards, and that was most remarkable. Of course, we couldn't have done it without the support of reggae fans all around the world. 2 years ago, I came here to Jamaica and I met with Minister Grange, and we talked about the Reggae 50 coming in 2018 and 2019. And when we talk about the place for the international awards, she strongly suggested that we should make it Jamaica. And I'm very pleased tonight, Minister Grange, with the support of the Minister of Culture, with the support of IRAWMA, with the support of RJR Gleaner Group, with the support of my brother out of Atlanta who came on talking about Dr. Kevin Kate, Bridge the Gap. Some of you may have seen him with the President Obama helping people around the world. He's right here with us tonight. And Dr. Kate and others, VP Records, They're the ones that all came together to make it possible for us to be here in Jamaica tonight. Tonight you'll see some of our experts and some of our veteran entertainers, the founding fathers of the music, marching on stage tonight to receive their honor. And we are most grateful for them, because without them, we could not be here today. I'm not going to take much of your time, so I just want to say to our outstanding staff and to all the people who have contributed, we want to say a very special thanks to you. I see Winfred Williams in the audience, and he has been following us for almost 20 years now. Wherever we go, he's there covering the event to make sure Jamaica could be a part of it. And there are so many people that we should thank, but time may not allow us to do that. So I just want to say, all those people who have traveled from Africa, we want to say a very special thanks for you. You made the journey all the way. Some of you had the situation, but we know that it was good having your participation in over these years that we have been putting on the awards. And I just want to say a very special thanks to each and every one. Look forward to seeing you next year. Thank you.
And thank you so much, Mr. Martin. We ask that you indulge us a little bit. Our Honorable Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, the Honorable Olivia, we know her as Babsy Grange, has had a long day. So we want you to put your hands together and welcome her. You know she has a long history in the reggae music industry, and if you missed it, Kingston is now a creative city of music, and you would have seen in December that reggae is now on the UNESCO's Intangible Cultural Heritage List for Humanity. Please welcome Minister Olivia Grange.
First, I must specially recognize my sister. Sister Rita, we love you so much. It's good to see your face in the place. I want you all to please stand and give Sister Rita Marley a big round of applause. You're blessed. You're blessed by Jah. We're happy to have you with us. My brothers and sisters, 38 years after the death of Bob Marley, we stand on a global platform as we join with Ephraim Martin and his team in the staging of the 37th International Reggae and World Music Awards. Today, we stage IRAWMA within the framework of UNESCO's inscription of reggae music among the representative list of intangible cultural heritage of the world, and the designation of Kingston as a UNESCO Creative City of Music. With these accolades, UNESCO recognized the creative imagination and cultural prowess of the Jamaican people, who had emerged from a history of oppression to create a music idiom that would provide anthems of resistance and empowerment for the vulnerable of the world. This is what we celebrate here tonight. Tonight we celebrate reggae music, which has meant so much to so many persons across the 50+ years of its creation. Born out of the inner cities, communities of Kingston Creative City, reggae music has encapsulated the historic experiences of the Jamaican people. It captured the challenges, frustrations, and triumphs of the masses of the people who struggled to carve out of post-slavery conditions a meaningful thrust for a better destiny. Tonight, therefore, I want us to pause and reflect for a while on this music our forebears have created and which we celebrate in these awards tonight. And I want you all to understand what it means, not just to us, but to the world. Reggae music captured the spirit of the Jamaican people. Throughout its extensive vocabulary, we find language that speaks to resilience, determination, and fearlessness, or brazenness, or feistiness, very much like the spirit of our forefathers and mothers. From get up, stand up for your rights, to many rivers to cross, to equal rights and justice, to its incursion in popular film, in The Harder They Come, They Fall to Revolution. Among so many other examples, reggae carried the mood of the people who sought economic and social liberation from years of oppression. Tonight we celebrate that spirit. Reggae music was also seen as spiritual music, influenced by Rastafari and its prophet Marcus Messiah Garvey, and promoted by seers like Mortimer Planner. The music carried a reverberating theme of the war between Zion and Babylon. Throughout the music, there was a constant refrain to chant down Babylon. It was a spiritual revolution that had political overtones. Babylon was the system that oppressed black people, the removal of which was the ultimate aim of the music. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we celebrate triumph over Babylon's system. On another important note, reggae music also became the path to economic independence for many of our people, many of the early exponents of the music, and it continues so today, where the urban poor, where the inner city poor, who sought economic and cultural empowerment through the